So you're successfully divorced, you've fallen in love again, but the problem is you're not sure you like her kids. Let's talk about that today on Tips on Teens. My name is Kent Toussaint. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I specialize in helping kids, teens, and families live happier lives. I lead two organizations, the group Private Practice Teen Therapy Center and the nonprofit 501c3 organization Child and Teen Counseling, both here in Woodland Hills, California. And every Wednesday at noon, I jump into Facebook Live to answer your parenting questions. Let's talk about today's. I'm a divorcee who started dating again fairly recently. I have two kids, ages 9 and 13. I started dating a woman last year who also has two kids around the same age. It's been getting more serious, and I see a future where we could possibly blend families. Because of COVID, I hadn't really spent too much time with our kids until now. I'm starting to realize, though, that I'm not totally comfortable with them. They're really what I would consider to be a little rude and disrespectful. From what she's told me, I don't feel like they really respect other kids' boundaries either, which makes me real nervous about bringing our kids together. What's the most positive way to let my girlfriend know my feelings? And if I'm going to be those kids' stepdad someday, how do I assert myself as a parent to them? I'm so glad you're asking this question, because you should be asking this question now, not once you've already blended families. It's a great question. Here's the first and foremost question you need to answer. What relationship is more important to you? Which relationship is your priority? Is it your relationship with this woman, or is it with your kids? You need to choose, because if you don't choose, one will be selected for you. And it's probably going to be, the person in your life. And what I would argue, and of course you can make whatever choice you want, but I would argue is this: your kids are your dependents. They are relying on you to make healthy choices for you and their family. Also, I want to caution you on, you don't have to move too fast in this relationship. I get the feeling the relationship is not that old. It's been fairly new. You don't have to just jump into moving in together or getting married. Take your time. Make sure this is the right relationship for you and for your kids. Because with this relationship, what you're talking about, you have you, your significant other, her kids, and your kids. That's 6 people that you have to navigate for. And obviously she has to help navigate as well. But if you're not considering what's right for your kids, it's not going to go well. You can't just shoehorn your kids into this relationship hoping that it all works out, because I guarantee you it probably won't. If they're not ready for it, if their boundaries are being broken, if they can't trust to be in that same house, they don't have a safe place to be in the house, no one's going to be happy, and you especially will not be happy. So what I would encourage you to do is talk to your girlfriend. Be very respectful, but be very direct about what your concerns are and how it can affect your kids, how it can affect her kids. If she can't handle this conversation, she's not going to be able to handle it 6 months or a year from now when you guys move in together or when you guys get married. If you can't handle this conversation now, it's not going to happen later on. So you need to have this conversation now. And if it turns out that you guys can't figure this out, it may not be the right relationship. Again, she may finish your sentences. She may feel like she's the perfect fit for you, but she and her kids have to be a good fit for your kids as well. That may mean that you guys date, live in separate houses until like the last kid's out of the house or the last kid's in the house going to college. Maybe that's when you guys come together and because then your kids are out of the house, they're in college, they don't need to blend as much together. Is it possible your kids and her kids could blend together? It's possibly, but you want to take that slowly. You want to figure that out. Again, I don't know how disrespectful or how strong these kids break boundaries or not. Is it just they're a little rambunctious? Maybe that's not so bad. Is it that they are really disrespectful and they have a hard time with empathy towards your kids and you don't want to put your kids in that situation? You need to protect your kids. That's really important. I have so many families I work with who did not ask this question before they got in this situation, and now there's no way out because they're already married. Until what happens is occasionally those two people who got married again divorce again, because if your kids aren't getting along, it's going to cause tension between you and your new spouse. So take your time. You don't have to rush into anything. If she's pressuring you to rush into something, let her know that you need to figure this out. And if it means bring your kids together occasionally to see how they fit together, And if it's not working, it's not working. Again, all 6 people have to be on board. If one person's like, I don't like this, it's not going to just magically go away. And again, that may put a wrench in your plans, but don't let perfection become the enemy of good in this relationship. If this relationship is really good as dating, then date. And I know you'd rather live together and share lives together, but you have 2 kids, she's got 2 kids, and that really has to be paid attention to really strongly. Anyways, that's our question for today. Thank you for sending your question in. If you'd like me to answer your question, please email us at tipsonteens@teentherapycenter.com. We love your questions. Again, my name is Kent Toussaint from Teen Therapy Center and Child and Teen Counseling. And I will see you guys next Wednesday at noon on Facebook Live, assuming I don't have jury duty, which is a possibility. I got to go in next week at some point. Not sure when. So if you don't see me Wednesday, it's because I'm serving on a jury. So wish me luck. Bye-bye, guys.